Okay, we just finished ground zero, and now I'm doing the second part of the demo. And this is not the actual pattern, it's abbreviated so that I can show it off in, well, briefly. I'm going to show like the doubling thing here, which does not happen that way in the pattern, and the wrap and turn, just in case you're not acquainted with it. And I'm also going to do a few rows showing the I-cord selvage. Alright, so you have this thing started, and let me get these things up here. Doing the outgoing edge, you knit the 3 edge stitches, 1, 2, 3, and every stitch is going to be a yarn over stitch, okay? So, yarn over, or knit, yarn over, knit, yarn over. Okay, for that we've got 5 stitches. Move my strawberry. Knit, yarn over, knit, yarn over, knit, yarn over, knit, yarn over, slip. Okay, so that's 8 stitches here. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, first one's knit, yarn over, knit, yarn over, knit, yarn over, knit, yarn over. Again, okay, 2, 4, 6, 8. Looks good. Oops, once I get that yarn over in place. Alright, and we've got 6 more stitches before the edge. And right now there's 3, so we start with 1, knit, yarn over, knit, yarn over, knit, yarn over. And this being the outgoing, we knit the 3 edge stitches. Knit, knit, knit. And now I cross out that. And now I'm going back. So the edge stitch is slipped, slip, slip, slip. And we're going back. Knit, oops, knit, 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 slide that strawberry, knit, 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 slide the strawberry, 2, 4, 6, 8, good, knit, 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 ay, 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 come on, knit, 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 slide that strawberry. I should have 5 stitches before the edge, and I do. Okay. Knit, 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 knit. 3 edge stitches are slipped. Alright, now we got the wrap and turn in 7. Okay, so for this one, we're going to knit, and we're going to do a yarn over in the middle of that. Now that I just put there as a mock-up. It's not exactly the pattern, but it sort of replicates something in it. So anyway, we start by knitting the 3 edge stitches, because we just slipped them, right? Knit, 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 and as usual, there's a yarn over on the edge. Yarn over, knit, 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 knit. Okay, now we've got our first stitch marker to move. In this case we knit 4, knit 1, 2, 3, 4, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, and then knit 3. 1, 2, 3. On to the next repeat. Knit 1, 2, 3, 4, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to slip the stitch marker, but now we got to wrap and turn. And what we do is we bring the yarn to the front of the work, we slip that stitch, we bring the yarn around to the back, slip it back, and it's wrapped around. Now it's important to keep it loose so it doesn't strangle it. It's kind of like wearing a scarf loosely and stylishly. Alright, so we're just going to go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, notice the repeat is 10 now because you have those 2 yarn overs there. Okay, we're going to slip the stitch and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Instead of going all the way, I decided it's easier for me to put the wrap and turn like inside the repeat, even though it's not actually correct, just so you know that at the last repeat you have a wrap and turn. And again, you bring the yarn to the front of the work. Now in your case you're probably purling, but you're still bringing it to the front of the work, okay? And you're wrapping it in the same manner. And again, remember when you knit back to keep it loose, alright? So I'm going to knit it back.
So there's 1 stitch before the stitch marker.
Yeah, you're wrap and turning the last stitch before the stitch marker in this case. Yeah, okay, Kat. Okay, so we're going back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, Abe. Goofball. 6. Okay, wait, I'm sorry. Am I counting right? Did I knit 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. Okay. The stitch marker. I should have 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slide the stitch marker. And here is where the magic happens. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up the wrap as if it were another stitch, and I'm going to knit it with the yarn through the stitch. Okay? And I continue on my way to the edge. Now, in case you're curious about what's going on, I haven't been checking things off, but the first thing I did is this up to the first wrap. I can X that off, and then I returned, and now I am right here. Oh, okay, that's right. I need to add 1 more yarn over right at the end. See that? Okay, so there's my yarn over. and the 3 edge stitches are knit. 1, 2, 3. And now we're going back, and I'm going to pick up the second wrap&Turn. Now again, most of you will be purling on the return. I don't do that. Kind of messes up my brain to do it. But anyway, this is the way I do it. If it confuses you, there are other videos out there, but this, I'll also show you some other things. So anyway, here I go back. And again, no matter how you do it, it's not a bad idea to make sure your count's correct. I don't know, it's kind of brainless, but anyway, here we go. This is the stitch that I picked up. It's just as if it was a reduction, but anyway, we just knit it as normal and continue on our way. Now I'm coming upon the stitch to be picked up in my last repeat. Remember how it was inside? So there it is. Again, we pick it up as if it were a new stitch, and oops, let me make sure that's oriented correctly, and we just knit it with the yarn. And that's that. Okay. 6 on the edge, very good. 3 stitches are slipped. And now let's just take a look at it. So we've got our 2 repeats. We've got our picked up wrap&Turn, which gives us a little bit extra hang in the middle. And I do a lot of that in this shawl. So it's not exactly a semicircle. It kind of, well, of course I'm making it complicated. But if you flip this over, you see that this side is purled, but the I-cord selvage is not. It's knit. It's kind of, there's like 1 knit stitch this side, 1 knit stitch on the edge, and 1 knit stitch on the opposite side. And my tension here is kind of hinky because I'm doing it fast and so forth, and I'm using big needles and so forth. But you get the general idea. So this is, I guess, basically part 1 of my thing. Next up will be this, but I'll save that for later. So thank you, kind knitters.